What's up, fight fans? Welcome to Mr. Mustache MMA News. Today, I want to discuss the debut of Kayla Harrison, UFC 300. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly and help the channel grow. All right, guys, getting right into it. Holm is going to be taking on Kayla Harrison for Kayla Harrison's UFC debut, one of the most highly anticipated UFC debuts in the history of the UFC. In a big fight, right? You got Holm, the former champion, 42 years old, has battled some inconsistencies within the UFC. You have Kayla Harrison, who has spent all of her career within the PFL the last 4 or 5 years. Yeah, I guess 5, 6 years now, where she has gone 16-1. Her only loss to Larissa Pacheco in a fight. I think that was like their third time fighting as it was. So I mean, she was literally just filtering through the same opponents over and over again as she built up her experience. But as that was happening, some of these girls who have fought her 2 times already were starting to kind of formulate a good game plan and expose a little bit of the holes in her game. And over at the PFL, she was kind of doing her own thing at her own weight class, 155 for women. Some that UFC really only had like 4 different women to fight at 145. Not really only 4, but like probably a dozen women to fight at 145. So for Kayla, there wasn't many options for her at 155 either. Her making that weight as well was definitely going to be difficult. But now she's making her debut at 135 pounds against Holm. And I've spoken to several fans. I've spoken with several fighters where the big doubt is her weight cut. I know that she says that she's not going to be cutting much weight for this fight. Nothing too crazy. I forgot where she said that she was. I think that she said she's about 155 right now. I could be wrong on that, but I feel like I heard her say that recently. That's my big question. Is she really going to make that weight? And how is she going to look after she makes the weight if she does? And against Holm. Holm, who's got good wrestling, obviously world-class championship boxing. She was a champion in the boxing world before she came into MMA. She came out here. She took out Ronda Rousey, had her whole little thing with Miesha Tate, up and down. But Holm has been at the top of the UFC women's MMA for quite some time now. She is pretty much kind of the gatekeeper, if you really want to show that you're ready for the upper echelon of women at 135, she is definitely the one to go to now. That's kind of where she's at within her career, because after she got head kicked by Amanda back at UFC 239, she fought Pennington, Irene Aldana, Ketlin Vieira, Yana Santa, so she's kind of been, if you beat Holm, you're ready for a title shot or that number 1 contender spot. You're like right there. Ever since she kind of lost that title fight to Amanda Nunes. But with Holly, with her experience, I think, yeah, she's 42. She's definitely not as athletic, as sharp as she used to be, explosive as she used to be. But against Kayla Harrison, who is not very athletic, she is powerful. She is a grinder. But when it comes to speed and athleticism, that's where Holly is going to probably take over. But with her being 42, it might kind of be even with what Kayla Harrison lacks in her athleticism and what Holm might now be lacking from what she used to have. But Kayla, obviously, she's got to get this fight to the ground. She's got to utilize her grappling. The path to success for Kayla is not going to be an exciting one. It's not going to be an entertaining one. If Kayla Harrison goes out there and judo throws Holm into an armbar like Ronda Rousey style, that would be pretty fucking wild. But I see Holly just being too experienced to let herself be in those situations. Maybe she tests herself. I could see her, losing that battle. Like if she tries to play that grappling game with Kayla Harrison, I could see that happening, her trying to test herself, the inner competitiveness in her. But as long as Holm stays on the outside, doesn't engage too much with Kayla on the grappling early on, and make Kayla kind of overwhelm herself, because it's a big moment, the bright lights, Kayla's going to go out there and want to make a statement. And if she doesn't try and just get this first round out of the way and try and work her game plan into the fight, if she really tries to go for that finish early on and then she doesn't find it, it could be a pretty bad debut for Kayla Harrison, because Holm, man, she's good as fuck. And with what I've seen with Kayla, that was at such a heavier weight class too. This is interesting. I like this fight. I really like this fight. the implications, the storyline, where both women are at their careers. I see a clear path to victory for Kayla. I just don't see it being an entertaining one. And I kind of see the same thing for Holly Holm. I see Holly Holm just kind of staying on the outside, peppering her with shots, using takedown defense, and not taking too many risks. So as I love this debut, I have like this weird feeling that we're going to hear lots of boos, a lot of shit talk after the fight by the fans, and they're not really going to truly appreciate what they're watching. Because I feel like the writing's on the wall for what kind of fight we're going to see here with these two women. And if anybody's upset by a wrestling match, you should know what you're getting yourself into. But nonetheless, I love this fight. I hate to go against Holly Holm, but I think Kayla can do it as well. I'm conflicted. I'm not going to pick anybody in this fight. I'm not going to do it. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Kayla Harrison, Holly Holm, who do you guys think is going to get it done? I love to hear your guys' thoughts. Guys, if you haven't already, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button to continue getting more MMA content by yours truly. Help the channel grow. That's going to do it for today, guys. Mr. Mustache, MMA News out. Let's fucking go, fight fans.